Hi there, this is Diane Hanks, one of 5 awesome optimists. I wanted to share with you something that is very dear to me, and with Mother's Day approaching, I thought it might be a little bit appropriate to talk about this because, I remember when my children were little, and it was one of the greatest sources of joy in my life. And it's so impossible to have a baby around and to not be full of optimism and hope for their future. And this is about, I don't know, maybe a year, maybe a little bit of ever, but this is my kids now, so they're, my daughter's 19 and my son will be 16 the first week in May, just before Mother's Day. And when my daughter was a baby, oops, how do I get that? We took these little mommy pictures, and when my son was a baby, where did I put that? We took little pictures. He's got this little thing of drool on his mouth that was always drooling. Oh my gosh. Well, I also have some kind of fun pictures that are from a lot longer ago, and this one's of my dad when he was a little boy. He looks so much like my brother. It's crazy. And my grandmother and her bridesmaids from their wedding. And I never met her. My grandmother died in a plane crash when my dad was just 16 years old. And I feel a lot of times when I hear things about her, I feel like I would very much identify with her because of how her children, my dad, my aunts, talk about her. I think I'm a lot like her. But I have another story in my ancestry that is pretty remarkable, that makes me realize that I'm just one in this link of my family, my ancestors, and my future. But somebody that I met much later told me about this. I didn't even know this story about my own. He's my great. Is he my great or my great? I'm not sure. But he was a pioneer and was moving west with, the Mormons. And he came to this place, freezing snow, and in the middle of the night he felt the spirit or whatever tell him to get up and saddle his horse and get ready to go rescue people. And so he just obeyed. He just obeyed the spirit, and he went there, and then they gave the order to go and rescue these people, and he was already saddled up and ready to go. And people were like, well, how did you know to get ready? And he said, I already knew. And he was close to the spirit that way, and he was obedient. And what ended up happening is he went and he prayed for if I just had some buffalo, and when he was finished praying, he looked up and there was a single buffalo, which he shot and later used the skin to keep warm, and then he used the meat to help save all these people who were dying, starving. And he literally saved their lives. Maybe, I think they said 272 souls that he was able to save at that particular time. And I had heard that, but I didn't know that there was a painting that somebody did about it. And I have it. This is of that little story. Whoops. Of Ephraim Hanks trudging through the snow. And this is the long strips of buffalo meat that he saddled over that. And anyway, so if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here. If I wasn't here, my kids wouldn't be here. And so it's just, it gives me a lot of strength. It gives me hope to know that I am, I am part of a great heritage family. I have great strength in my family, and it makes me feel happy. And I'm wondering, do you know, when you start doing a little bit of digging in your family history, do you know any stories of, like, wow, that they did that, that's amazing. What do you know about your mom or your dad that you were surprised to learn, that has really sort of realized that, you know what, they might be coursing through your veins, some of those qualities of that person in your ancestry? And how does that give you hope to know something about your ancestors? That's what I want to ask you today. So thanks so much for watching. I'm Diane, one of 5 awesome optimists.